Custom software, that is very expensive. Takes lot of time. I don't want to spend my time and money wasted developing software.
Okay, I fully understand, Anantu. I understand your concerns. Actually, there are a lot of myths surrounding custom software, which I'm going to break it today and educate the reality so that it will be easy for you before taking any decision on custom software.
Good. Now better tell me the truth, but not sell your services today.
Don't worry, Anantu. I'm not here to sell the services. As usual, I'm just going to educate our potential customers.
Okay, fine. So, do we need a custom software?
Very good question, Anantu. Let me break this question into two steps. First of all, who requires software? The second question is, who requires custom software? In this modern era, almost everyone uses software. I'm pretty sure you also use a lot of software in day-to-day life. But predominantly, businesses use software for one of the following purposes. Either they want to optimize their workflow, or they want to create some apps like CRM to track their customers, incoming inquiries, leads, etc. Or they generally use something like an ERP to streamline their operations, or sometimes they use some custom e-commerce solutions to expand their reach and sell globally. So this is some of the general use cases of software. Now, coming to your question, does everyone need custom software? I would say no. Generally, 50 to 60 percentage of businesses are good to go with ready-made or off-the-shelf softwares. Some businesses who have some characteristics like some unique workflows, or say suppose they tried using a ready-made software before and it didn't work for them, or they found ready-made solution costly over a period of time, or they want to create a unique advantage over their competitor by having a unique solution to optimize their operations, or they want to create something revolutionary, be it terms of startups like Uber, Airbnb, etc. These kind of startups wanted to create something unique. So for these kind of scenarios, only custom softwares would be required. For rest of the people, mostly off-the-shelf or ready-made software is good enough.
Okay, good to know that I need a custom software. But the thing is, the biggest problem is custom software is very expensive. I can get the ready-made software for less than 5% of the cost spent in custom software.
Yeah. Okay, Anantu. So, if you are comparing the cost of off-the-shelf rented software to building your own software, it is like comparing the cost of buying your own home to the rent you pay for a home. It is like saying that, hey, why should I buy $1 million home whereas I can rent the same home for say $1,000 a month? Now, it may be cheaper in the short term, but if you're going to use that for a really long term, it's going to be quite expensive. Let me illustrate that with an example. For our company, before few months, we wanted a CRM to manage our own incoming leads efficiently. So we were getting a lot of inquiries, etc. It was very difficult for us to manage it. So what we did is, first we started trying Zoho CRM. Zoho is a well-known company and it has a very good CRM. So the cost was around 800 rupees as of this recording. It was like 800 rupees per user per month, right? We required around 6 licenses for some of our sales, marketing, and some of our project managers. We required 6 licenses. So if you do the math, so it is 800 into 6 into 12 months, it comes around 50,000 rupees approximately, plus there is an 18% GST component to it. So approximately it costed around 70,000 rupees per year to rent the Zoho CRM software. While Zoho CRM was a good software, we found few challenges. One mainly is when we wanted some advanced custom reports, Zoho said that, hey, it is not available in the basic plan. You got to shift to the next plan. The problem there was the next plan was double this. So I'm already spending 70,000 rupees per year. When I go to the next plan, for sure I need to spend around 1.5 lakhs per year, which is way too expensive. And the problem is this cost is going to go up as more people join our company and more licenses we buy, and every year Zoho also keeps increasing. So over the period of time, the investment was very high. So one fine day, what we decided is we will create our own custom solution for this rather than using Zoho. So we pulled in some of our in-house resources who got free from a project, and we spent around 1.5 months to create a minimum viable product of CRM. See, what we realized is we don't need all the features in Zoho CRM. We hardly required 20 to 30% of the features of ready-made CRM, and we required some custom reports which were not there. So what we did is we assigned an in-house developer, and guess what? They were able to complete it in just 1.5 months. So if you add the salaries, the project manager's overhead, etc., it costed us 60,000 rupees to build that from scratch. Okay? So we only spent 1.5 months and 60,000 rupees. Whereas if we had continued to rent Zoho, we would have spent minimum of 70,000 rupees per year. Now you tell me which is cheaper, either spending 70,000 rupees every year on a lifetime, or spending just one time and building your own custom software for 60,000. Obviously 60,000 is cheaper, right? And there are also some other advantages to it. Now that we have our own software, we have the full control to it. Any report we can build anytime, and anytime our business changes, our developers have full control over it and they are able to edit it easily. And the other best thing is, now once this solution is pretty robust, I can sell it to my friends. I know many friends in IT industry who may require a robust CRM that suits their requirement. If it suits my requirement, they will be confident that it will suit their requirement also, and they will be willing to purchase it. So I can resell this software after a few months or few years and make money out of it. That is one of the advantages of custom software, which is not there in ready-made software.
Okay, so you mean if I scope out the most important feature and build it, it takes cheaper in the longer run, right? Fine. But the thing is, here the problem is, it takes forever to build a custom software.
Right. Okay. So one more misconception in the market is people compare the time it takes to build a custom software with the time it takes to configure a ready-made software. A ready-made software or off-the-shelf software is all pre-built. They just need to do some minor tweaks and deploy it in a different instance and make it up and running. So it hardly takes few hours, but to be on safer side, they promise few days to few weeks on this. But building a custom software is not like that. It needs to be built from the ground up. It is like building a home. So before you build a home, what you do? You first discuss what are your requirements, how many bedrooms you need, what all other amenities you need, etc. You draw a blueprint, then you develop, right? Similarly, we need to understand your business requirements, scope it out, define the core features, and plan it, then design it, then develop it, then test it, then deploy it, then maintain it. It's a long process. It definitely takes a few months. But this is an investment in the long run. So you need to think like you're building an asset. You're building a home, say, which may take 1 to 2 years, but you can live forever in that home. Say for 20-30 years minimum you can live in that home. Similarly, once you build a custom software which may take few months, you can use it for a lifetime with minimal maintenance. You need to change the mindset and think. And one more mistake people do is they try to copy their competitors who are already matured in the market. Sometimes I get requests from some of our customers saying that I need an app like Zomato. Zomato, if you see, they are in the market for 15 plus years and they have a big team of developers and they have been developing for forever. They have been developing their app for like 10 years now on this. A customer who is just a startup who has limited time, limited funds, they can't benchmark Zomato, right? Zomato may have 1,000 features, but this customer may require hardly 10 to 15 features. It is very important that you scope out those minimum viable product and build that first. Even in the previous CRM example which I told you, initially we built an MVP in 1.5 months. It hit the market and all our sales team, marketing, everyone started using it. Then as we used, we had some requirements from some of our vendor partners, some our mentors, etc. And based on that, we have been developing reports on and off as and when required. So it is very important that you scope out and then develop. But still, you should not compare this to deploying a ready-made software, or both are completely different.
Okay, fair enough. But any developers can build a custom software, right? My cousin, he is also working in IT industry, and I can give it to him, and he can build it for me. But why should I hire a professional companies like Techno?
Okay, great question, number two. You can definitely use your cousin as a freelancer and get the project done. But if it is a hobby project and you don't have any deadline, and you can, it is okay even if he slowly delivers, right? In that case, it is totally fine because he has his own main job and he is going to hardly spend 2 to 3 hours per day after his main job to develop. So what will happen is it will prolong the development time, and also the other problem is sometimes during real usage, if you encounter any glitches or something, he may not be there immediately to support to immediately jump in and resolve the issues. That is when a professional team comes in. When you're truly building something professional, it is always better to engage a professional team. Software engineering, like construction, is a team's job. One civil engineer cannot build an entire Taj Mahal, right? Like that, it is impossible for one developer to build a enterprise level application or a professional application. So software development is a teamwork basically. So if you want something to be done professionally and you want a professional team to be available always in your business hours to quickly jump in and resolve something, it is always better that you go with a professional team rather than hiring a freelancer. I hope I have answered all your questions. So, what do you feel?
All right, I'm satisfied with the earlier request. Let's sign the agreement and start the engagement.
Awesome. Great, Anantu. Looking forward to work with you.
Sure.
For more such videos, subscribe to Techno. See you in my next video. Bye.